And I'm going to let Inken go ahead and introduce our dear Trent. Thank you.
Done and ready to go. Thank you so much, Viv. Warm welcome to all of you beautiful people. I'm really happy and grateful to be one of the core team of the Lightwearer Collective. Most of you know that we show up here every Sunday at the same time with the same link. And if this is your first time with us, I really would like that you know that we are here for you, that this is your safe space, and that the Lightwearer Collective loves to inspire you, loves to raise your energy, loves to meditate with you, and just be your regular, gentle reminder to take care of yourself, to slow down a moment and practice self-care, self-empowerment, and really go inward. The world is not getting easier, and I feel, yeah, it's essential that we have these spaces where we can come together with like-minded souls. And I really feel our space is receiving so much from when you show up, when you are here and you contribute with your very own energy for this call. And I really love to see our community grow and see regular faces. And we are always happy to see new faces. But it's really like, for me, it has become a very, very unique and powerful space that I love to come to every Sunday. So thank you for being here with us. Thank you for co-creating with us every Sunday. And yeah, if this is your first time, make it a habit. Come every Sunday and co-create with us and really take this moment for yourself, because this is essential and powerful and important for all of us. So we have a rich portfolio of guides, people that co-create with us. And I really feel the Lightwearer Collective is attracting these beautiful, powerful souls that have so much wisdom to share. But I also love when our core team members, they come here and they take the lead and they guide you. And Master Trent is the master of the master. He's the first one. He put the first stone basically for the Lightwearer Collective. So I think, Trent, you don't need much introduction, because the people know you very well, and they appreciate for what you bring to this space. And each time that you shine your light on the community, I feel it's such a, you have such a powerful, deep-rooted and nourishing energy that you bring to us, that I feel we all really benefit so much from that. And there is not much to say than just thank you for that you're doing this, and that you have been doing this for so long, that from the first moment when I called you in, you were there. You were always there. And this is a very special gift for me. This is a very special gift for the community. And I think now more than ever, it is important that we are here and that we do this. So thank you very much with all my heart. You know how much I appreciate you, and I hand it over to you.
Thanks a lot, Inken, and thanks, Viv, for your intro earlier. Today is an exciting day. I think I might have gotten so much out of this. You know, they say, you know, when you teach something, you learn it so much better. And going through this book that we're going to talk about today, I gained a lot just going over and over it again, and thinking, wow, you know, I know everybody's going to get so much out of it today, but I know I certainly did. And I'm going to share that with you now. So let me share the presentation and we'll jump right into it. All right. So manifesting wealth. This is from the book, The Science of Getting Rich. And just quick show of hands, how many of you guys had a chance to read it this past week or have read it before? Okay, got a few. Okay. Well, no problems. If you hadn't read it, I'm going to give you an overview. Even if you had read it, I think you're still going to gain a lot from it today. So Science of Getting Rich. This was written by Wallace Wattles. It was published in 1910, and it comes from the era about the same time as Think and Grow Rich, the Master Key System. It's considered kind of in the same plane, the same level of work as those books. And I think out of all of those, Think and Grow Rich may be the most well-known, and we're still talking about some of the principles today, but Master Key and Science of Getting Rich, they're all very similar, and there's a kind of a tone and style to it that's very similar. So the intention today is that anybody here can gain actionable insights to manifesting wealth. And if you read the book and you're familiar with it, the intention of increasing life, of gaining, right? That's going to be the underlying current that goes through what we do today, that you're gaining more life from this work. So my experience, so this should be very interesting to you. So studying this material in preparation for this presentation, I listened to it maybe 3 or 4 times, made a lot of notes, and the second or third time I'd hear a little bit differently. Something might stand out that didn't stand out the first time. And I track my income every month. And I actually hit an all-time high for this year in November. So while I was studying it, so maybe that's a coincidence, probably not. But I hit an all-time high by $148. And the other month that I had a high month, I sold a car. I helped my brother sell a used car and got a good portion of that. So that gives you some idea of it. But I got a bonus, and then sold some Bitcoin and some stocks, and was doing, going through the ledgers and going, wow, hey, good month. So, hey, it is what it is. Take it. And other people's, you can read online of like other people's testimonials and experiences, but I mean, for me to personally have experienced it while studying it, I think says a lot. So here are the fundamental statements. Hang on a second. Let me zoom this out so I can see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here are the fundamental statements that really make up this book, and you're really going to need to grasp this in order for any of it to make sense. And so I'm going to go through this kind of slowly, because the more you think about it as you read it, the more that this is going to be the basis of everything else. So there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. So that's a powerful statement. There's a thinking stuff from which all things are made that fills the inner spaces of the universe. So basically, it's like everything that's around us. Everything is one, and it's all connected, and it's just, it's space, but it's a living material. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. Okay, so we've got this limitless material that's all around us, that makes up everything, that basically is the universe. And a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. So the way that I think about that is like, well, you've got infinity, and then when you start doing thought forms, you're almost like making a ball, or you're making like, you're bringing form to the formless. Man can form things in his thought, which I guess I got ahead of myself there. Man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon the formless substance, can cause the thing that he thinks about to be created. Okay, so you've got formless, you've got infinite potential, you've got a thought. So now you're bringing focus, you're bringing form to the infinite. You're bringing kind of a finite, focus to the infinite, and then from that, these thoughts become things and become poured down even more. So you go way up here to coming down to earth. Okay, profound. So here's I wanted to put the premise in another way. So it's like, you can visualize that this is the universe. The reason that's the background in the picture is like the universe, the stars. It's just extremely vast. And you can think of life like a wizard, and you're working with source, you're working with unlimited supply, like you're connected to the supply. Or you could be like, okay, I'm John or Jane, and I work this job, and I've got 10 cents left to my name. I'm in this limited world, and there's only this amount of money, and we're fighting for this money, or we're competing for it, versus, okay, there's this vast infinite, what is vast and infinite, and I'm going to work with that to create, take this vastness to this thought form and then make that real, right? So it's a totally different approach, and one is total abundance and one is lack and scarcity. Okay, my thing's freezing up a little bit. Let's try it again. Nope, I'm gonna have to go manual. Bear with me just a second. Okay, there we go. So here are the 5 essential insights. Now that we've kind of covered the basis of it, so we've got the premise, we've got these the thoughts that really make up everything that are the premise of the book. So now, what are the 5 insights that can be taken from this? So the first one is think what you want to think. So one of the big ideas was this idea of truth with a capital T, or all caps, right? So truth. And in the book, he talks about one of the main powers that you can gain from knowing this, from given that there's unlimited raw material, if you're able to hold truth and think what you want to think contrary to appearance, you become a mastermind. All right. So you, instead of living in a world where you're reactive to what is, right, like the previous slide where the guy's got a dime in his wallet, and react, he could react to that, or he can think truth contrary to appearances, which would be, okay, I can see myself, with a stable job or a successful business, with abundance. I can see this harvest, even though right now, maybe there's nothing, and that's really a powerful point. So Wallace Wattles talked about, how do you do it? He said you have a clear and definite picture. So you have a vision, or you have a destination. So like Jenny was talking about today, she had a destination of spending, or vision and destination of birthday in Italy. So there we go. Now we go from formless infinite to now we've got, okay, birthday in Italy, and it's a lot more clearer, and it's a destination, but it's also a vision that somebody could step into. Wallace talks about putting that with purpose and faith. So you don't just have the vision and destination, but you also have the purpose and the faith that you work towards it. And I think that was an important note, that when you're moving towards it, when you're putting in the work, that is like the strongest form of faith that you can have, rather than just sitting around and just hoping things happen, being wishful. But you have that thinking what you want to think, but then you're also now getting aligned through your actions, through your thoughts, through your speech, and these other facets as well. So since there is unlimited formless substance, the second takeaway is you need to rise from competition to creation. And so there's no need to compete for what's already been created. And in the book, Wallace Wattles talks about focusing on what's next. So these emerging industries, and in the book, it's written in 1910. So he used the railway as one of his major ones, and saying, most people would think, okay, let's go compete with the railroad barons. But he's saying, hey, what about electric railroads? And then he was also talking about flight, focusing on flight. And if you look back, you go, yeah, that would have been a great idea had somebody taken that at the time. Well, now I thought, okay, well, what does that go to for today? And Elon Musk came to mind, because he's doing exactly what the book is talking about, where he's thinking, okay, what's next? He's creating, not competing. He's leading, and what? He's the richest guy in the world. And then who is like somebody that did that previously? Well, Steve Jobs, right? When he's creating the iPhone, the iPad, all of that. So it's the people that are like the richest in the world, excuse me, they're creating these new next step kind of things, and that innovation is what keeps you from being in competition. Now, he talks in the book about when you compete, it's like you can do that, it's a valid thing. You can be a pro athlete, you can beat people and take and win money, right? There's competitions that is a valid thing, but he says that, you know, that's not necessarily something that is a path that's open to everybody, and it's not necessarily a healthy thing. Whereas like when you're creating solutions and when you're solving problems and some of these other factors that we're going to get into, well, then now you're rising to kind of like a higher level of being of creation and collaboration versus competition, which can also be, you know, very exclusory, right? You're okay, win, lose, in, out, versus creation, collaboration is more of inclusive. So I thought that was a very, very good point. And then the final point of this is, you know, he talks about there's existing channels that'll come to your aid. So if you have a vision of your dream home, you don't necessarily, you know, just close your eyes, see it, and then you know, the next day you're in your dream home. It's like, well, you know, it may cause the local lumber suppliers, the local builders to act, or, you know, some of these channels that are already existing to come to your aid to help you realize your vision. So this brings us to our next point. The way that you attune with this, the way you get into unlimited supply, is through the power of gratitude. And gratitude is key in shifting to a having state. And this is, I don't think he says this in the book, but the verse in the Bible, Jesus's words that say, whoever has will be given more. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. I think really, really encapsulates this point. You know, a lot of times people see gratitude as a way of just maybe feeling better, or, you know, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do gratitude. I want to, you know, it's more positive than being negative. But I thought it was so powerful in the book that Wallace Wattles says that gratitude is attuning your mind with God, or attuning your mind with the universe. And I was like, wow, that's really powerful when you think about that. And so, you know, one of the things that he talks about doing is giving thanks in advance for your visions and for your goals. And that's a very powerful technique, but also just in your day-to-day life, maybe in your meditations and your other practices, is going and applying this and saying, okay, you know, I want to attune with the universe before I meditate, or I want to attune with this before this business meeting, and then getting into gratitude. I think it's underrated, like how powerful that is when you think of it from an energetic level. So here's a bonus, right? So here's 2 ways to do gratitude, and this is not in the book. This is actually something that I've figured out about 5 years ago. I think will give you a lot of value. And if you got a pen and paper, I'll give you a moment to do this exercise. But there's 2 ways to do gratitude. One way is just straightforward, right? You can make a list of things that you're grateful for. You can think about what you're thankful for, and then, you know, I'm grateful that I woke up today. I'm grateful that I've got food, right? I'm grateful for my family, etc. A powerful alternative that really helped me get into a more positive place, and I've shared this in other videos or other sessions that we've had, is to do progress list. And what a progress list is that's where you're thinking from to. So you're saying, okay, I was single and now I'm in a happy relationship. All right. And it helps too if you think of like a timeline. Say, okay, what about this past year or past 2 years? All right. Oh, I was unemployed. Now I've got my dream job, or now I've got my successful business. So you think about your progress. And when you look back, that's where that moment of deep gratitude happens. So I'll give you just a moment now if you want to jot down a couple things that are progress that you've made, that when you think about it, you go, you know what, I'm really proud of myself. You know, I was unhealthy, but now I'm healthy, or I was here, but now I'm here. So I'll give you just a minute to do that. So go ahead and finish up. Just, get your last one or two. We'll have time to do this later, but we get a couple more things. Okay. All right. So go ahead, stop. You can come back to this later, but let's keep moving on. So the fourth point, so the fourth takeaway from the science of getting rich was to communicate and to live, to vibrate, increase, and advancement. So this is going back to that concept of more life. And the idea is, again, if you're not competing for limited resources and you're creating from an unlimited place, then all of your dealings, in theory, can lead to more life. You're not taking from anybody because you're creating, right? I found like, again, when you think of it this way, it takes a lot of the pressure off as far as, again, you're not hurting somebody to be out there in the world. You're not taking from somebody. You're creating, you're giving value. And so, you want to speak words of increase. You want to speak words of advancements. You want to practice feelings of increase. You want to practice what it's like to be an advancing man or woman, right? Like, what does that mean? What does that feel like? And also anybody that deals with you, you want them to have a sense of increase and a sense of advancement, because if you have this energy in your business, if you have this energy in your job, whatever it is, you're going to have people that are drawn to that because this is the essence of life. Okay. You're not their enemies. You're not a creepy salesman or something like that, right? You're having a very good positive energy. And in this section, he talks about becoming bigger than your current position by doing more than you're paid for, or giving more value than the cash value that you're asking for. So again, I think this is a way of being, of increase, of where you're trying to give everybody more life by dealing with you. You're being constructive and positive, and you're avoiding being negative and destructive in your words, in your deeds, in your thoughts, all of it. Okay? So let's tie it all together. So 5, if you do all of these things, you're going to be living in a certain way. And he talks about that in the book. And I think maybe the first time or two that I read it, I was thinking, it's kind of annoying that he always talks about a certain way. Like, what does he mean? Like, what is a certain way? But then when you review it and you realize, like, that's basically the summary of the book. The certain way is all of the things that he's saying combined. And so here's the summary, but it also is like your takeaway. Like, how do I live in a certain way? Well, he said in the book that like action attracts like results. So if you're doing life-giving actions, you're attracting life-giving results. You're attracting more. Okay. You're creating, you're not competing. You're giving more in use value than you're asking for. Now, you're not necessarily cheating yourself, right? It's like if you write a book that's $20 and the book teaches somebody how to invest to where they make $1,000 per investment, well, you're giving them $1,000 in use value, right? You're not charging them $1,000, but you're giving them that value. So they have more life. You're living in a certain way by being grateful. So you're saying, okay, well, what energy am I coming into this situation? Am I in a grateful energy? Am I in a infinite possibility, unlimited formless stuff? Or am I in this competitive animal mind, right? I was speaking to somebody about a week ago, and that point really came home. It's like when you rise above the animal mind of competition, and you're in business and projects that you're doing, like, oh, what if they do this, or what if they say no to me? And you go to you rise to more of a godly mindset, which is that the wizard mindset, or the infinite one, and infinite possibility. It's like you're less of like an animal. You're less of fighting. It's just more peace. It's more prosperity. So you're living on the assumption of unlimited raw material. And I think that's really the treasure of this book, right? Is that you're putting all of these things together. You're living that way. You're conducting your business that way. You're speaking that way. And then like attracts like, in the sense that those are the results. You give more life, you're getting more life. You're getting more wealth. You're getting more abundance through that. So that takes us through the book. At the end, after the meditation, guys, we'll have a chance to discuss this a little bit more. I would rather do it that way than intersperse. So let's go ahead and get into a meditation, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss all this. So about 10 minutes, we'll do a gratitude meditation and really get into the essence of this book, which I think that's the energy of what this book is trying to tell us. And then we'll go from there. So I'm going to now turn my screen off. You want to go and get comfortable. So sitting back, getting comfortable, allowing yourself to take in all of the things that we just discussed, any lessons that you found inspiring, any ahas, any breakthroughs you may have had, allowing yourself to now take that in, come to the present moment. You can close your eyes if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And as you do, allow your shoulders to drop. Allow yourself to be more present, more relaxed. And starting at your scalp, relaxing your scalp, taking your attention to the top of your head, down to your eyes, allowing your eyes to relax. Relaxing your face, your jaw, letting the relaxation flow down. Relaxing your neck, allowing your breathing to slow down just a little bit as you relax your shoulders. Relaxing your chest, relaxing your back. Taking a deep breath as you relax your stomach and low back and all your internal organs. Letting the relaxation flow down into your hips. Feeling more rooted, more grounded as you relax your thighs, your knees. Relaxing your calves, your shins. Letting the relaxation flow down into your feet, your heels to your toes, and all the way into the ground. So go ahead and take another deep breath. And breathe out any more stress. Breathe out anything that's happened before, now coming into this session. Breathing out anything you may be worried about in the future, doing after this session. Allowing your attention to be here and now. Allowing yourself to become more present. Safe and comfortable. Alive. Relaxed but fully alert, fully aware. Feeling good. Feeling connected. And feeling whole. So now you want to bring to mind any of the things that you wrote down that made you feel so grateful. So allow yourself to get into that energy now, and you can even repeat it to yourself. I am so grateful for blank. I am so happy and grateful that I was in this state, but now I'm in this state. So allow yourself to get a sense of what you came up with. And allow yourself to relax into this gratitude. Allow yourself to feel the fullness of the gratitude. Allow yourself to have a thankful heart. And allow yourself to attune with the energy of having, the energy of supply, of infinite supply. So breathing deeply into that, knowing that there's limitless supply, limitless raw material, and that living energy, that living universe loves you and supports you as you have validated through the gratitude, as you have experienced in parts of your life and just now when you call it to mind. So allowing yourself to let that gratitude and that attunement increase here and now, allowing yourself to have that inner smile, inner happiness, inner love. Breathing that in. As your shoulders drop even more, the stress leaves even more and is transmuted into gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, universe, that I have a computer. Thank you that I can connect with friends from all over the world. Thank you that I have enough to eat. Thank you for friends and family. Thank you for the money that comes in. Thank you for my home. Thank you for the love in my life. Thank you for loving and blessing me. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for the blessings of the past, the present, and the future. Thank you for the richness of life. Thank you for my wholeness. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for my progress. Thank you for everything good. Thank you for loving me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for solutions. Thank you for answers. Thank you for more love, more friends, more wealth, more good. Thank you for opening me up to more and more well-being. And thank you for the awareness of the gratitude that's and for the things to be grateful for now. Thank you for the awareness of this gratitude. Thank you for prosperity. Thank you for wealth. Thank you for abundant well-being. Thank you for abundant love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now if you want to add any of your own statements, feel free to do so. Staying positive and constructive. Allowing this gratitude to become as big as your body. You can visualize it as golden light encompassing your body. Allow this golden light to become bigger than your body. Allow this golden, grateful, thankful light and energy to increase even more, filling up your room. Allowing yourself to become one with everything that is. Unlimited supply and unlimited abundance, unlimited love, allowing that connection to increase, bigger than your home, bigger than your city, bigger than your state. bigger than your country, as big as the world, and allow yourself to get this sense of limitlessness, of this limitless love that is here and now, that is connected to you, that is you. Allowing yourself to have a deeper sense of this on the inside and out. Thank you for this connection. Thank you for this love. All is well. And so it is. So basking in this energy as you become more aware of your body, taking this energy with you in your daily life, in this present moment, with the intention of a brighter future and a brighter now. You can begin to wiggle your toes a little bit, wiggle your fingers a little bit. Taking a deep breath, taking a stretch if you need to. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and join the room.